Welcome to class, students. Today we'll be looking at a very interesting course titled Civil Law. And under it, we'll be looking at a very vital topic titled Introduction to Civil Law. Civil law is a legal system primarily concerned with disputes between organizations, individuals, focusing on resolving private matters and compensating for wrongs rather than punishing criminal offences. It contrasts with criminal law, which deals with offences against the state or society. Core elements of civil law are conflict resolution process, remedial focus, areas of coverage, common cases, evidence standard, and legal outcomes. Conflict resolution process. Civil law establishes structured procedures for settling disagreement through court proceedings where private parties can seek legal remedies for their dispute. Remedial focus. Rather than punishment, civil law aims to restore balance by providing solutions such as financial compensation to address damages from wrongful conduct. Areas of coverage. This legal domain includes numerous specialties such as contractual agreement, property matters, family relation, personal injury claims, and other private legal issues. Common cases. Typical civil matters include contract violation, negligence claims, reputation damage cases, and ownership disputes. Evidence standard. Civil proceedings require the party filing the lawsuit to prove their case is more portable or probable probable than not, which is a lower standard than criminal cases. Legal outcome. Successful civil cases may result in monetary awards, court orders requiring specific action, or other measures designed to remedy the harms. Property law. Property law establishes the legal structure governing how assets are owned, utilized, and transferred. This includes tangible assets like land and personal items, as well as intangible assets such as intellectual property rights. The law clarifies the rights and duties that come with ownership for both individual and organization. Nigeria property law system combines written legislation with traditional customs, with land use act serving as a cornerstone for land-related matters. Essential components of property law are right and ownership, property transaction, conflict management, usage guidelines. Essential components. We have the right and ownership. The law specifies ownership categories: land, personal items, intellectual property, and defines the scope of owner privileges and responsibility. Property transaction. Legal procedures govern how assets change hands through various means, including sales, inheritance, gifts, and leasing arrangements. Conflict management. Establish processes exist from addressing disagreement about property ownership, boundaries, and usage rights. Usage guidelines. This law sets parameters for property use, including limitations and owner obligations. Property law in Nigeria, we have the Land Use Act framework, the traditional law integration, constitutional protection, supporting legislation. Land Use Act framework, traditional law integration, constitutional protection, supporting legislation. Land Use Act framework. This 1978 legislation places land ownership under state governors while granting individuals occupancy rights, typically for 99-year period, effectively providing long-term usage rights. Traditional law integration. Indigenous customs continue to influence property matters, particularly regarding land use rights and inheritance practice in various regions. Constitutional protection. Nigeria constitution safeguards citizen property acquisition and ownership rights. Supporting legislation. Additional laws govern specific property transactions, including rental agreement, mortgage arrangement, estate planning document. Practical property law application. The residential ownership where vehicle tied to property agreement and estate transfer. Residential ownership, legal rights to occupy and control access to one's home. Vehicle tied to official ownership documentation and usage rights for automobiles. Property agreement, legal contract governing property sales and rental arrangement. Estate transfer, legal processes for passing assets to beneficiaries through wills or inheritance law. Importance of property law: have economic security, growth facilitation, fair distribution. For economic security, property law creates reliable transaction framework that encourage investments and business development. Growth facilitation, this system enables credit access, wealth building and formal economic participation. Fair distribution, legal protection help ensure equitable resource allocation and safeguard individual property rights. Real estate transaction, property transaction encompass multiple interconnected procedures including property acquisition, rental arrangement, ownership transfers and transaction completion. Purchase and sale activity generally follow a pattern of proposal discussion and agreement culminating in bidding contract that specify all terms. Rental arrangements require this documentation, while ownership changes are formalized through legal instruments like deeds. Transaction completion involves the final procedures including document execution and financial settlement. Core components of real estate transaction: we have the property search, proposal submission, terms discussion, agreement finalization. In property search, prospective buyers identify suitable properties matching their requirements and budget, frequently utilizing real estate professionals for assistance. Proposal submission, buyers present within proposal specifying purchase price, conditions and completion timeline. Terms discussion, sellers may approve, decline or modify proposals, leading to discussion about price adjustment, property repairs or contract modification. Agreement finalization, when all parties reach consensus on terms, the proposal becomes legally enforceable through contract execution. Rental arrangement, property selection, tenants locate for appropriate rental properties meeting their needs. Rental documentation, comprehensive lease document establish rental terms including payment amounts, tenancy duration and respective obligation of property ownership and occupant. Ownership transfer procedures, legal documentation, deeds serve as official instruments for conveying property ownership right transfer. Property owners formally convey ownership to purchases through deeds execution. Official recording, these undergo registration with appropriate land office to establish legal recognition of ownership. Transaction completion procedure, we have ownership history review, comprehensive investigation examining property records to identify any existing debt claims or legal encumbrances. We have documentation assembly, all required paperwork including ownership documents, financing agreement and complication materials are prepared for execution. Transaction completion, during final meetings participants execute necessary documents while funds change hands to complete property transfer. Post completion activities, following completion, ownership documents are officially recorded establishing the buyer's legal ownership status. So essential documentation of real estate transaction are ownership document, purchase agreement, financing assessment, financial agreement, property map, occupancy certificate, government authorization, tax compliance certificate. So critical consideration for real estate transaction: professional guidance, stubborn investigation and regional professional guidance. Engaging qualified legal professionals specializing in property law is essential for successful transaction. In thorough investigation, comprehensive property and ownership history research is vital before making purchase a commitment. Regional requirement, property law and procedures differ by jurisdiction, making local regulation knowledge crucial for compliance. 12 step for real estate close: we have establish third party account management, ownership verification and protection services, legal professional engagement, transaction cost management, property condition assessment, pest and damage evaluation, purchase terms modification, financing rate stabilization, conditional requirement removal, financial obligation fulfillment, pre-completion property review, documentation review and execution. Important consideration for real estate will have timeline variability, state specific requirement and professional guidance. Thank you for listening.